Hey folks, Chris Brisson here, and in this video I'm going to be answering the question, how did I just get completely fed up with getting with horrible credit? You know, at the time, this is actually, if you're looking at it right here, this is Banana Republic, and it really started here to where I was just really completely fed up with having bad credit, and I'll share with you the whole story here. This is actually just before around Christmas time. We were, Alex and I, my girlfriend, that's us at the club. My buddy Ryan, right there, pretty cool dude. Anyhow, we were shopping, and we were getting clothes and buying gifts at Banana Republic and just at the mall. And there's probably about, we're at the cash register, and there's probably about 20, 30 people behind us, waiting to make a purchase as well. And the cash register, girl, she goes to me, she says, "Hey, would you like to save 25% on your order today?" And I was, I knew it was one of the, get a credit card and they'll give you the whole deal and give you 25% off. I told her, I said, honestly, I said, I know I'm going to get denied. I know I'm not going to be able to get the card. She goes, "Oh, well, don't worry. I've seen a lot of people, go through this situation with bad credit that, they've been approved." So I'm like, okay, fine. Let's go ahead and do it. So she, I fill out the application, I do the whole thing, and about a minute later, she comes back and says, "Well, I've been denied." Right? So I knew that was going to happen, but I wanted to see if it would work, and whatever, I could get 25% off too. So, but I mean, this was like so embarrassing. I mean, I'm in line. I'm in Boca Raton, Florida, which is like very wealthy, and I'm in line, and I get declined. I get denied. I mean, I can't even get a Banana Republic credit card. So I was just like, man, I was embarrassed, and it was a horrible, horrible like day. I mean, after that, it was just bad. Cause I remember talking with my girlfriend, and it was just not a good day, man. Just that was a downward spiral right after that. So, at that point, I just was really starting to get fed up with it. But what really ticked me off was, well, this is my Jeep. Was my Jeep. This is a 1999 Jeep Cherokee. It was black and it had no hubcaps. So, these actually, I think someone came and like kicked them off or something. But anyhow, so I have my car, my truck, and I'm driving around one day, and all of a sudden it just stalls. It starts puttering along, and then bam, it just completely stalls. So this is it right here. So it doesn't look good. Leave it with us overnight and hope it gets stolen. So, I really wish that would happen. I really wish my car would have gotten stolen. I could claim insurance. I'm just kidding, by the way, but nonetheless, so I take it to a car mechanic, and I have the guy take a look at it, and he comes back with like multiple thousands of dollars to get this thing fixed. I'm like, man, this truck's not even worth that much. So anyhow, at the moment, I have, and this is right after the Banana Republic deal. Literally, I have no money, and I have no credit. So what do? I mean, you have no money. You got to get your car fixed. You have no credit cards with no money on it. The ones that you do have are maxed out. I mean, what do you do in this whole situation? So literally for like 3 or 4 days, I had to scrounge money up, ask people and borrow money to get my car fixed, just to move on with my life. I mean, that was just holding me back so much. So man, after this Banana Republic thing, my car breaks down, and it all goes back to just having bad credit. So man, I'm just like, all right, I've got to do something about this. I've got to change. So I ended up, from a friend, finding out about this credit repair agency, right? So I'm talking to the guy. I'm just kind of skittish and skeptical, as anybody would be dealing with a lot of these agencies. And whatever, I say, okay, let's do it. It's a new year. I'm going to make a change. So I give the guy, I think it's like $60 a month I was paying. And a couple months goes by, and they're not doing anything. Literally my credit has not changed. So this is, this is how I think of credit repair agencies. There's some good ones, there's some bad ones, but the majority of them, whatever, they're kind of weird. So this is Danny DeVito. This is from a movie called Matilda, and he just plays like this used car salesman, the cheesy used car salesman. So it's kind of how I feel about these guys. So anyhow, a couple months goes down the road, my credit has not changed. Still the same. I paid out a couple $100, and it hasn't moved. So man, at this point, I'm just like, I got scammed. These guys were just claiming to do all this stuff, and it was horrible. So I was like, all right, I've got to do something about it. So I went through the whole situation, and within 37 days, I deleted 9 inquiries, five negative accounts, 4 default charge-offs, and 1 judgment, and I raised my score 135 points. So I'm going going to show you a proven way that you can increase your score 10 to 25 points in days, not months. And how I did this was through getting inquiries deleted from my credit report. So what are inquiries? Well, there's really two types of inquiries. There's hard and soft. And I'm going to get into those in detail. Some of the other bullet points here is, they can actually stay in your credit report for 2 years. And the more inquiries you have in a short period of time, the worse. And I'm going to explain all this stuff. So let's first get into what are actually hard inquiries, right? These actually hit your credit report, and basically when you inquire for credit, let's say you're getting a credit card or a car loan or a loan or mortgage, whatever it may be. Whenever you're inquiring about getting credit, they run your credit report to find your score and to see if that you're a person that pays your debts, that has a bad credit score, or if you have a good credit score. If you have a good credit score, you're less of a risk. If you have a bad credit score, you are risky. So at a 520 for Banana Republic, I was a risky investment for them to give me a credit card that I could basically borrow money and pay him back. So they saw me as a risk, and therefore I got denied. So what happens is when you apply for these car loans and this and that, or credit cards, if you're constantly applying for new credit, that just looks really bad. So these actually, the hard inquiries do affect your credit score. Now on the flip side, soft inquiries, these are basically Equifax, TransUnion, Experian, they sell your information. That's their business. They really are in the selling of your information business to big, huge, large companies. So they'll sell it to insurance companies, credit card companies. I mean, this is where a lot of your spam mail comes from. So these don't affect your score, so don't sweat it. On your credit report, you're going to see the ones that affect your score, and then you'll see like the other stuff. So this is really for promotional purposes. So again, this does not hurt your credit score. The hard inquiries do, and those stay in your credit report for 2 years. But there is a way to get these deleted if they are actually, if they're not legitimate inquiries. So are you a habitual credit seeker? This is actually a problem if you are. Do you apply for a lot of credit? If you're applying for a lot of credit over a short period of time, let's say you applied for like 5 credit cards this past month, basically what the creditor is saying in their minds is, hey Bill, looks like this person has been requesting a lot of credit lately. They may be in a hardship and need the money, so let's lower his score so the lenders know about this. That's really what the credit bureaus do. Again, if you're applying for 5, 10 credit cards in a month, you need the money. It's not like you're just getting them just to get them. That's how they rate your scores. If you have a ton of these coming in, you're at your risk. You need money. So the best practice here when applying for credit is you really want to have 2 inquiries every 6 months. I know that sounds very crazy, but again, I mean, there is a way to not inquire about credit so much. So again, you really want to not have so many inquiries on your credit report. It just looks bad. So here's actually what I did. I ended up deleting 9 inquiries, and a lot of people always ask me, like, how did you do it? I mean, it seems like you need to hire these large agencies and these large firms to do the stuff for you, and that's the real misconception. A lot of people think that that is what they need to do to get their credit repaired, when in actuality it really is a process to go through that I went through that works. So I deleted 9 inquiries, and these are just some of the screenshots from the credit bureaus that sent back these reports. So in this one, it's very small, you really can't read it, but that's March 19th. I had 2 of these deleted, I had another 5, and I had this one done and that one done. So in total I had 9 inquiries deleted from my credit report. So here's actually the good news. I'm going to give you this proven letter that I used to delete the 9 inquiries. I'm going to be giving this to you for free, okay? So this is something that I've never done this before. So I'm giving you this letter for free, but you've got to, there's got to be an exchange here, right? Just on the right side, you're going to see a little opt-in form there. What I want you to do is go ahead and put your name and your primary email address. so I can get you some other cool stuff, and so I can send you this letter. Not only are you going to get the letter, but I'm going to show you some other cool videos. One is how to get creditors off your back. You're going to hear from real-world case studies of people repairing their credit using the system I developed, and some other resources. So if you want to get the letter, if you want to hear some other great stories, some other ways to clean your credit, just go ahead and put your name and email address in the box to the right and click the send button, and I will see you on the other side. So thanks a lot, everybody, and take care.